You were wrong about this drone. How do I know that? Because I made the exact same mistake. This is not your typical filming rig, and let me show you why. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today we are going to be looking at the DollyFly25. And I know what you're thinking, okay, a 2.5-inch filming craft, how good can that be? Trust me, you're gonna wanna see this because I made that exact mistake. I went and I had an entire video scripted breaking down, talking about ducks, why are drones moving this way, blah, 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 blah. I flew the thing and I was like, I'm completely wrong here. This thing is amazing to fly. So this video is for people who would like filming, but also like to have a bit of fun with their craft. What we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna break it down. I am gonna show you why this is doing some things a little bit different, and then the part you wanna see is the flight footage. Like, not only is it silky smooth, but like fun, which is the entire point of FPV if you ask me. Now, as a bit of an overview, the pricing, strap yourself in because it can range from $180-ish all the way up to $430 US, including taxes and tariffs may be added on top. There's a whole bunch of different options. You can get it without the VTX, you can get it without a GPS, you can get receivers put in there. There is an entire list, I'll put the link down below as well. Or maybe one of those people who wants the best of everything, you can even get like a DJI 04 Pro in here. Now, as a bit of an overview, of course, it is coming in at under 250 grams, apparently, with the battery. But from what I've seen, it is like 251 grams. So that's with the standard 720 milliamp hour battery that they sent out as well. Your mileage may vary depending on what battery you're going to use and those sorts of things. To the family member who stole my scales to bake a cake, I would like that back, please. We need it. I need it for work here. You'll see it's doing some things a little bit different. Of course, we've got an 04 cage in the front right here. It does have a little bit of vibration dampening and that sort of stuff towards the front. The ducks, however, are a little bit different. In the past, these have been carbon. These have been replaced now by a pretty durable sort of plastic. It's got a little bit of give in here. I think I prefer that. It's also not going to cut people as much if they're going to bump into things. And this, first and foremost, is a filming craft, but it is just tons and tons of fun as well as a bit of a bonus. Some extra things it's doing. We have a battery strap on the back, which isn't like your normal one. This is like hard. You're never going to get this off unless it actually snaps. It's been sewed around here. So using your own battery strap in the future, your mileage may vary as well. You do get a couple of extras like props and all those sorts of things. We have a little rubber grommet here to protect your USB. That's how you connect up to Betaflight. Of course, I've lost mine. Thanks very much, ADHD. Got a little XT60 on the back. You don't have to get the version with GPS. You don't have to get the version with an ELRS receiver. Like, this is just the one that came for here for this review. Now, some things that do make it special, you've got these little struts that stick out the side right here. This is like a new way that they are bolting, or I guess connecting to the outer ducts, which I quite like. And the little antenna mounts on the front, they simply slide in. Really, really easy to use. And a bit of a bonus, shout out to the engineering team who designed this top canopy. You didn't actually have to remove the antenna plugs and then slide them through the hole to connect it back up. There's a little slit in the bottom right here. I don't know if this will be able to be visible on the screen, but you can simply sort of latch that in and then slide the top of the antenna part down. So I like that I didn't have to take it apart to get it set up and get flying. It was really easy. Took about like probably 2 minutes to get this bound to my radio, bound to my goggles, and then we're off to the races. Now, there is a little tract around the outside right here. You will notice that is a little bit hollowed out because you can put some LEDs in here. Where are we? Hang on. Nope. Okay. I've lost the LEDs, like a rope of LEDs, and then I guess it's going to light up at nighttime if that is your jam. Put the motor specs and everything on the screen, and this is where I have to say I was really surprised. I'm going to show you some flight footage and talk about it. I expected this to be a standard filming rig. If you like filming, look, it's really stable. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's called the Dollyfly, like a dolly, based on filming and cinematography. So it is really, really good at that. But I'm making this point right now. If you're a pilot who also likes to have fun, just watch what this does. It had plenty of pop, plenty of power. It was very stable. And I was like, oh, wow, this is feeling way more fun than I expected it to be. So I'm gonna roll some footage now, and then there's some parts I wanna talk about at the end as well. So let's do that in 3, 2, 1. Now, before we get started, check this out. So I've opened the doors up. That is the wind blowing through there. So thanks very much to the kids in the house wanting streamers and Halloween, all that sort of stuff. It was blowy, and that's a great indication of how this drone is going to be handling that. So we're going to switch between the DVR and also the onboard recording as well. I'm just doing a nice little sort of panoramic spin around right here. And then let's jump over, have a look at what it's like on the onboard as well. And you can see the performance this has. Actually, we're going to watch this pull out of the dive. This is with no stabilization or anything like that. And this is where I first started to say, oh man, this has way more pop than I was expecting. So here we go, cruising around, and you're going to see a little bit of like the rock steady. So this is the onboard as well, but this is the sort of footage you can expect. And I do get a little bit wobbly here on the stick. So you'll see me, a bit of pilot error here, but it's handling it fine. A little bit of a power loop there, or at least trying to. And I was slowly realizing that, oh man, I can actually rip this thing around. It's not just a filming rig. So here we go. I'm still thinking in my mind, like I'm still half choosing, should I try to get some stabilized footage? Should I try and keep it smooth? But then it's like, oh, actually, I want to have fun with this. So first and foremost, if you are looking at this and you're thinking, oh, this looks kind of cool. I like to do filming. I want to fly this in some cool places. It can handle the wind. This is going to be right up your alley. But the other part is, if you want a drone with a little bit of power, it's kind of like a multi-class drone. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. You can actually do freestyle with this, believe it or not. And I think I try to look at the wind right here. You can see those palm trees getting absolutely smashed. So it does have the power to fly through some sketchy environments as well. I think I go around here for another double take as well. I got a little favor to ask. If you like what I say at the end of this video, I would appreciate your support on the channel. There's a little join button down below. Your support does make a huge difference, and it's how we can keep making these videos to keep you informed so you can spend the money the way that you deserve. You work hard for your money. I work hard to bring you the best information. Together, we can share this with even more people. Thank you. Now, this is a little bit later in the flight, but we've cut back to the DVR as well. So you can make your mind up to find out, is it more stable? And, how is this drone going to actually go? Because not everybody's going to get this with the DJI-04 Air unit as well. So I think that's really important. I like that there's different options, whether you want to slap analog in here, the actual craft, and this is the part that I want to stress. We all know DJI looks really good, but the actual craft here is a lot of fun. Now, I did notice when I'm flying towards the wind, I don't know if it's the shape, it does get a bit of a bobble, and you notice that disappears when the wind's behind you. So flying headfirst into a wind, or I guess a headwind, you're going to notice a little bit of a bobble around as well. But look at this. It's crazy to think that this is a filming rig. Like, I had no intentions to be ripping this thing around like this. It's just awesome. So anyway, the motor's held up really well. It wasn't hot when it came down. It's really easy to access the USB and put the SD card slot in and everything like that, whether you're going to be getting your footage out of the onboard. I have no issues whatsoever. And yeah, I do realize I do need to change this SD card to a better one. And look at this. I think we're, pulling out of a dive. There's not actually too much bobble. I have flown worse 5 inches than this, but there's some important things to note as well, which I want to talk about when we're going to bring this back to the studio. So let's bring this in for a landing, and then I do have some important things to mention. Alrighty, now I need to be real with you here for a little bit. Companies send me these drones in the hopes that you get excited about it, you rush off to their website, make a purchase, they can be rolling in the dollars. And I probably have an affiliate link down below as well, but I want to say to you, this drone might not be for everybody, and I need you just to think for a second. Who is this for? If you want a drone that first and foremost is into filming and you can still have a ton of fun with, like a bit of a multi-purpose drone, there is going to be a lot of people who are going to have a great time and also get good filming results with this. Who is this not for? It's not going to be for racers, it's not going to be for freestylers, and ultimately you might already have some drones that are doing what this drone is doing. You might already have some other cinematography drones. You don't need to go out and buy another one. Companies aren't going to like me saying that, but I care about you and you spending your money the best way that you can. So if you're into racing, you're into freestyling, I'm not going to recommend this as your first choice. This, first and foremost, is for people who like filming and still want to have an awesome time and have some fun in the air as well. Like I said, a pretty good multi-purpose drone that does excel at filming and just like kind of really blew away my expectations in actual flight. So anyway, this part right here is probably exciting too. I made a buyer's guide for new people getting into the hobby. You can go and watch that video right there. It is affiliate free. It is all about getting people flying into the hobby, from budget entry options, mid options that are great value, all the way up to high-end gear with a range of different digital and analog systems. If that is for you, and that sounds like this hobby is what you want to experience, go and watch that video. I made it for you guys to enjoy FPV. And as far as the DollyFly25 goes, I say, hey, thumbs up. It's a great little drone that I did have a great time with. Just remember, it's not going to be for everybody. So anyway, on that, subscribe for more FPV related content. And as always, happy flying.